They might have gotten trapped in the back.
Yeah.
Well, do you want to start just with some quick introductions of who you are and your roles in the production, and what kind of first interested you in the project as a whole? What drew you in?
I think it was, I mean, it's sort of inspired in, there's no translation, the first, in the beginning of the film, it's like, I say it's based on true feelings, because it was, I mean, I ended a 10-year relationship, and then, I went through this crazy phase, and I think I wanted to talk about a little bit about that, and what I said, like, the way he looks was the beginning, and then this was sort of the end, talking about the end.
I think for me it was Daniel.
Introduce yourself, sir.
Oh, sorry, I'm Artur, the actor. So I think it was Daniel, because 10 years ago I was one of the guys who watched The Way He Looks. So I trusted a lot in his work, and this was the most important thing that I saw in the project to do it.
I lost the question.
Introduce yourselves and your role in the project, and what interested you first in all of this?
Okay, I'm Gianna. I'm a producer and I'm a business partner of Daniel and his best friend. So I've been in this in real life, and also since the very beginning of the project.
I'm Fernando. I'm one of the producers of Diana, and they invited me to come on board with them as a producer. And I'm a big fan of Danielle's first work as well. And yeah, it's like Arthur, one of the first things to get involved in doing the project.
So Danielle, there's a line, I'm gonna paraphrase a little bit, but you believe life is a script you can control. And I think we see it play out a lot in the film itself, in kind of the opening, the repeated opening, the alternate takes that happen, kind of cast swap outs. I'm curious, could you talk about just like why you brought that into the structure of the film and what your choices were around that?
Well, it's a movie about idealizing life. I mean, how it could be also a movie called What If? Like, what if that happened and what if this happened? Because I wanted to talk about that, about how we idealize past relationships and like people we meet, and then we just, keep thinking that that person is going to be perfect, and it never is, because nobody's perfect, and we just, can imagine how things are. And I think I think writing the script, it's a way to portray to the screen the idea of idealizing things, because I think it's a nice way to, because like writing a script is sort of like for me, for example, The Way He Looks is a way of rewriting my first relationship with the guy that was in my high school, and this one is rewriting into the movie, and so it's like this is a crazy movie that way, because I rewrite my life in a way that it could have been, and then just like ideas. I didn't shoot any porn movie. Like that was just, I mean, I did in the last scene. That's the like my OnlyFans video film. Yeah, but I think it's about this.
Artur, I'm curious if there were any, because the character goes through a lot of an incredible journey kind of through the course of it, and I'm curious if there were any parts where you personally identified with the character or with the story that you're inhabiting.
I think the first is like the struggle of being an artist in Brazil, especially, because we are always trying to meet the ends up, and maybe the humor as a way to run away of and tough situations. I think I identify this as part of me. So.
Well, let's go ahead and open it up to questions from all of you. What kind of questions are brewing on your minds? Yes.
Yeah, was this film affected by the political situation in Brazil at all, or, I mean, things have been up and down and all kinds of stuff, but does it reflect anything?
Yeah, I think this movie, we had part of the money for this movie 8 years ago, and then that's when things started happening in Brazil and things started going crazy. So I shot one movie also this year that we're going to release next year, and these two movies, we had part of the money back then, and then we had to wait like 7 years to make them because everything went crazy. And then when finally the things started moving, this movie we had like $300,000 to make it. We made it in 16 days. So we were like, when the money was finally released, we were like, we're gonna do this the way we can do it, and it's not gonna be, it's gonna
Not
be...
take a chance that things would go bad again.
That too, but mostly like just, it's been 10 years since I did my first movie, so it was like, I'm gonna do it with the money we have, and it's gonna be the way it's going to be. And I think we had, like, Fernando came in too as a producer, as a great partner to get into this crazy idea of making this movie with so little money. And also Artur was just amazing because he connected to this, like when he read the script and we were casting, he was just like so perfect. He understood the humor, everything. So we had like great partners to make this movie with the money we had and the time we had. So it was influenced by and now we have this good moment there. So we're hoping I'll have 2 movies and then maybe 10 years later. I mean, don't know, like Trump, things will be worse for us because it's always, we just copy you guys, so just. So,
yes.
Do you have anybody, or company releasing, do you know, as far as out in the
here,
theaters?
Dark Pictures. Richard, I think, is here.
Where, so do you already know kind of a trajectory?
We don't know. No, we don't know. It's this is the premiere, the international premiere in the US. So we're going to see how. But we're having a.
Other questions? Yes.
Tell us about the casting and how did you find him as your lead?
We did. He actually He came to read for the role of Victor, the guy he falls in love with. But then they came with a scene prepared, and I was like, let's read another scene. Can you read? He read for Victor also that scene, but it's the break when he tells he has a boyfriend, which is like a long scene. It starts with they're having fun, they're almost having sex, and then it's just like, and then he read like. It's 7 pages long, and he read everything exactly how I imagined. It was just like perfectly. And I was like, okay, it's you. And he was like the first. He was the first or the second person that came into the casting. So.
Yes.
I just asked about who did the location scouting for this, because that was just visually so gorgeous. Holy cow.
We just had I mean, it was just, I don't know, I think it's São Paulo, it's like we live there, it's like the places that we live, it's all around, so I think everyone was like, oh, we have that place, it's gonna be fun, and I think it portrays a little bit of, and it's good to see that the film, it translates that we see a special São Paulo, and because it's sort of a hipster area. And
Other questions? Well, I would just love to know what do you hope that audiences are kind of taking away from this film?
that we all have to go to therapy. The book is about that. It's like, if you don't, you think you're crazy, you think your life is a script, you think your life is... that.
There you go. Can we just have another round of applause? Don't forget to vote. QR phone is up here, it's also in the lobbies, don't